We make this YouTube show to inform you and to encourage you to work on your own bike. So today I want to share the 3 things I've learned to do to reduce frustration and help ensure that every maintenance and repair project is a success. Let's open up the shop manual. This episode is powered by Duraboost batteries. Get 10% off your order at RevZilla.com with discount code TSM102023. The 3 tips I use when tackling bike projects can be summarized as prepare, photograph, and package. Before I dive into something new, whether it's working on a motorcycle or fixing my refrigerator, I prepare with research. I know nobody wants to sit around and read when their bike is ready to be torn apart, but a little bit of preparation before you start a project is going to save you a ton of time and frustration, I promise. So set aside 20 minutes to read your bike's workshop manual and review some YouTube videos and forum posts to learn what the steps are, what the specs are, and what tools and supplies you'll need. Anytime you can get a walkthrough of a procedure before you actually do it, you're gonna be so much better off than if you just rush in blind and hope to figure things out as you go. Once you are adequately prepared and you're ready to start disassembling stuff, I have another tip to ensure that when you're reassembling, everything goes back the way it should. Taking things apart is easy. Putting stuff back together, that can be a little bit harder, especially if you can't remember if this hose went over or under the frame or if this connector plugged in here or here. I mean, I've been stumped by this stuff before, which is why when I'm taking things apart, I use my phone to take photos. Lots and lots of photos. Having a handful of photos, preferably shot from different angles so you have a comprehensive perspective, is like having a roadmap for reassembly. I've found this strategy especially useful for control cable, wire, and hose routing. So the moment the gas tank comes off or before I pull the air box or start unplugging connectors or hoses, my phone comes out and I snap a bunch of photos so I never have to guess what went where. And as you're taking things apart, it's important that you keep everything organized. That's my next tip because it's gonna speed up reassembly and it's gonna keep you from adding nuts and bolts to that bucket of leftover hardware. All right, here is where I reveal myself as a little bit of a hoarder, but there is a method to my madness. Yes, this is my Ziploc bag collection and some of my boxes, and I keep these lunch trays in my toolbox. And honestly, this stuff is a key to my success in the shop. By helping me organize and package parts as I move through a project, I don't lose things and I don't forget where they go. So whether I'm just removing some bodywork or a seat or disassembling an entire engine, I don't just set stuff down on the workbench. I organize it in some of these trays, and I've seen other mechanics use milk cartons or even cupcake trays. And if the project isn't going back together right away, I'll take the parts and put them in a bag or put them in a box and I label them. Another tactic I use specifically with fasteners is to put them back where they belong. You might have removed a foot peg bracket or a fender, but that doesn't mean you can't thread the bolts back into their holes. That not only keeps them safe, it lets you know exactly where they go. It's especially useful for bodywork fasteners, which may only differ in length. No matter how you decide to approach packaging stuff, as long as you're taking strides to be organized, it's gonna be a huge help. And on that topic, my final tip, which is admittedly easier said than done, is to keep a tidy workspace. That's more like it. I pause periodically to put away tools, throw out trash, wipe down my workbench, and sweep up debris. A tidy work area makes it easier to find the tool you need, not lose parts in the mess, and it just helps maintain focus and prevent overwhelm. So, the 3 Ps, prepare, photograph, and package. They're really simple strategies that have become a central part of all of my projects. And hopefully, they'll help you out too. Thanks for watching another episode of the Shop Manual. We make this show for you so that you can be better informed and educated when it comes to living with and working on your motorcycle. And in an effort to get to know you better and the content you want to see, we have created a very brief survey. There's a link down in the description, and if you answer those questions, it will help us understand what you would like to see from future episodes. Also, keep in mind that this show is produced using funds when folks like you make a purchase from RevZilla. So if you buy your tires, or your chain, or your apparel through RevZilla, you will be supporting the show. Thanks.